Hey everyone, Duke here, and today I just wanted to make a super quick video about some of the changes at XUR. I know this has been a thing for about a month now, but A, I just didn't get around to making this video, but B, there's also some things that you may not know about, and actually I didn't even know about, and I wanted to talk about them today. Now, first of all, you're going to need strange coins in order to buy things from XUR. You're going to be able to get these very easily just from basically playing the game. But the important thing to note is that these cap at 99. So if you're sitting there like me, and like I have been for the last couple weeks, with 99 strange coins, you're not getting any more, and you're not able to use them on anything, any of the extra ones you're getting. They're just kind of going, going to the wayside. So you definitely want to be using these each week, especially if you're able and going to be capped on them. Now, the main things I'd be looking at XUR each week are definitely if you're missing any of the catalysts he is selling. These are definitely very nice to get, as these are not always easy to acquire otherwise. They do cost 71 strange coins, so they're going to be a big chunk of what you can save, but definitely worthwhile, and these are also just a one-and-done type thing, so it's very nice to just have them unlocked and know you aren't going to have to worry about getting them ever again. The next thing I'd recommend looking at then is the exotics each week. Again, if you happen to be missing any of these completely and you've never gotten them before, definitely super useful to buy it here so that you can just straight up unlock it and then be able to focus it. But also he does tend to sell some decent rolls. All of the ones this week are quite high stat rolls, and nothing like super perfect in terms of the distributions. The Sunbracers are pretty good with high resilience, a little bit lower discipline than we'd want. But again, you definitely want to be checking these exotics, and again, step one, if you don't have them at all, definitely buy it. Or in step two, if it has a good roll, another reason to buy it as well. And then the last thing on this row, the Vanguard Engrams are actually kind of interesting as well if you're going to be specifically looking for any Vanguard weapons and want to be focusing them, and you need some more engrams to be able to do so, because the engrams themselves from strikes and stuff are going to take a decent chunk of time to actually acquire, so being able to get 3 for 31 strange coins is not a bad deal. It's not something I'd necessarily top tier recommend, but it's definitely like, if I need engrams, I would definitely be willing to do it, especially to focus maybe some adepts and things, especially if I'm, completely out of these engrams. Now, one thing that's a little bit more hidden in these strange gear offers here is going to be the exotic engram here. This is going to be probably mostly only for newer or returning players, but if you're missing any of the pieces that he can sell here, you definitely want to go ahead and grab this, as it's going to guarantee a new exotic out of the pool that he can actually drop for only 29 strange coins, so it's going to be really nice, again, to be able to unlock some new exotics for yourself. And he does sell a few different exotics each week just straight up here as well, so again, if you're missing any of these weapons, definitely worth going for. But again, for probably most of the non-newer or returning players, most of us are going to already have these. You can also go ahead and look at the legendary weapons. Honestly, I would say in most cases these are probably not going to be too interesting, but if there's a role you really want or a weapon you never unlocked, you can definitely go for it. The legendary armor, though, definitely is going to have some options. I have seen Artifice even drop as an option on these a couple different weeks, so if you've got some Artifice pieces, that's always pretty interesting. But some of the rolls that can roll here are also quite high. Again, this is a 67 piece with some pretty nice recovery. Sadly, we don't really get discipline on it, so not something I'm personally interested in, but some decently high rolls. You got some 64, 63, 67, so definitely worth at least looking at each week on this legendary armor as well. These strange weapon engrams, these are going to be able to give you weapons from previous seasons that you may have missed, and the really important thing here is that you can actually use deep sight harmonizers on these weapons if you would like to have a chance to craft them, right? So obviously for me, I have this weapon and all these weapons from the old seasons craftable, so I already have the 5 out of 5 patterns. But if I get a weapon that I was either 0 out of 5 or 3 out of 5 or whatever amount short on the patterns, I could then take a deep sight harmonizer, use it on that weapon, and get even closer to being able to craft it. So if there are specific weapons you're missing from some of those seasons there that XUR can drop, you can definitely use this to your advantage, and again, use some of these strange coins to try to get some of these weapons. The last section here is in the more strange offers, and this is going to be for those of us who maybe have all the exotics we already need, who have the catalysts all unlocked, stuff like that. And in here, there's going to be a bunch of materials that you can get. You can go for enhancement prisms, enhancement cores, potentially even glimmer, as glimmer is definitely a rare resource these days, or at least like a more limited one, and definitely used in pretty much everything, especially since legendary shards have been gone and kind of more has been pushed into like the glimmer side, I would say. So these are always definitely worth getting. And one thing with this too is enhancement cores are uncapped. You can always buy more. You can have an unlimited amount of stacks. So definitely useful here if you're running low on some of the materials on offer. Do note that you can only claim these once a week though, so again, you're not going to be able to use too many of your strange coins across all of these. And then the last thing here that you're going to be able to buy unlimitedly is going to be these strange gifts. This can give you some just kind of random materials. You can get upgrade modules, raid banners, enhancement cores, some blue weapons or armor. All of these things, I mean, nothing's going to be like game changing or game breaking that you're getting from this, but even just like a single enhancement core or a upgrade module, not a bad thing just to be able to at least, again, not be capped on your strange coins. Like if you're at 99 and don't need anything else, you can definitely go ahead and spend some here just to get yourself uncapped, get some materials that you may need. And again, even the blue weapons and armor gives you a little bit of glimmer when you dismantle them, so not some bad options. And the other positive here is, again, is if you then spend at least 47 strange coins, you're going to be able to acquire the favor of the 9, which then allows you to get more strange coins whenever you do earn strange coins as you're doing that throughout the next week. So you'll notice the strange favor buff in your inventory once you buy it, and it actually lasts for about a week and a half. So if you buy it, let's say, again, like on a Friday on the current week for XUR, you're going to be able to have that all the way through the next week, and then in basically through the next weekend of XUR as well. So you can kind of just keep grabbing it each week and then get another stack of it for the next week and kind of be able to keep going with it and always have this buff up, and potentially even have multiple stacks of it for a little bit of limited time as you're going through during the weekends as well, because there's going to be one that kind of lasts over on the other one and kind of overlaps it. So very nice thing to grab here. Again, if you're going to be using your strange coins, you might as well grab this on top of it and then get more back and be able to keep spending more as well. And just as a last note about spending these strange coins is XUR also has basically a reward track and a reward system where you're going to be able to unlock different rewards at different ranks just like any other vendor. So you're going to be able to get strange engrams at your major ranks. You're going to be able to get engrams every rank here as well in the corner. And you can also get cores, prisms, exotics, ascendant shards, all the end game mats and things you would really want as you would be able to get from any other vendor. You can also get an exotic cipher as well from fully resetting XUR, so it's definitely worthwhile to spend these strange coins and not be capped at 99 and be able to get these different materials that you're going to want and need as you'd want to get from every other vendor as well. And again, just note on the strange coins, they do cap at 99, so you can spend them, when XUR first comes on Friday, and then spending them before reset on Tuesday when he goes away, to basically have between Tuesday and Friday to kind of re-up your strange coins again, and again, not be wasting as many of them as possible, because you have as many, as much space as you can to hold as many as you can kind of between those Tuesday and Friday days, so you can then get capped up and repeat it again the next week. And that's all for today. I hope this video was helpful, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.